silver pumping and conflicts of interest. Believe it or not, they go pretty well together. Let's explore next on Bullion Breakdown. Welcome back to the Bullion Breakdown. We're talking about silver pumpers and where the conflict of interest is. So let's just dig into it a little bit. There's a few areas and a few examples that I think are worthy of calling out. And as a silver stacker or as someone in this community, just have your eyes open and your head up just to see what's going on. When you're taking advice from people, you just want to understand sort of what their motives are, and it helps you just be a smarter investor. So I just wanted to do a video on conflicts of interest. And we have all these unique characters in the precious metal market pushing out messages and pushing out points of view. And I just thought it would be smart to take a step back and look at what are the motives and what's driving this. So there's a couple of big pumpers out in the market, and I'll just identify one for the purpose of this conversation, but Andy Schectman. You know, if I look at what are the potential conflicts of interest for a gentleman like that, you know, immediately I would go to the fact that he is a CEO and major corporate leader for a precious metals company that's in the industry. So company ownership and, you know, large stake personal investments, I think that is a key factor for being concerned about where the conflict of interest is with a person like that. Second area, sales and commissions. Bottom line, if you're pushing a message out to potential investors and you're going to profit directly from a sale or commission off of any action taken by that person, that is I think that qualifies as a conflict of interest. There's other areas that you could slide into as well, like stock ownership and investments. You often see a lot of pushing out into the market as to the mining opportunities and, you know, unique, never been seen before type growth opportunities in this market. So when you start to see that, just understand that there's likely a potential conflict of interest between the person that's promoting that service or product and you, the end consumer. Another area of conflict could be the fact that some of these influential people in the market are actually sitting on advisory or in consulting roles on boards with major companies inside of the precious metal market. So when you add that to the fact that they're asking everyone to act now and creating that, you know, massive sense of urgency to buy, you have to think perhaps, again, conflict of interest. Now that doesn't mean that there's any nefarious things going on or there's anything fraudulent. I'm not saying that. What I want to say to this community and in this video is just have your head up and have it on a swivel. When you're listening to all these guys out here on YouTube, myself included, you know, I'm just a stacker giving a stacker's point of view. But I think some of the other influential people in this marketplace have much more power and much more to gain by having an action taken from this community. So what are they doing for things like financial gain? How are they driving this? How are they scaling in order to be successful at their pumping venture? One is through the selling of subscription services for their products. They're also selling product directly in some cases. And then you have extensions beyond that, like marketing extensions, newsletters, or anything that can continue the conversation with potential customers. Affiliate marketing and referral programs often used from the community like this. And most recently, and I think traditionally in the past, you've seen things like book sales and speaking engagements across the various markets that they're active in to help drive more activity around their brand and ultimately increase the payoff for them. So that's it. I just wanted to have a conversation with the community around what the conflicts of interest are for these silver pumpers, because there's nothing wrong with what they're doing. They're ultimately driving a business and they're promoting themselves and they're trying to sell a product or a service. I have no problem with that. But I just wanted to put a flashlight onto where the conflicts of interest are when they're giving investment advice tied to a company where they're trying to sell you the product in the same conversation. I think that's dangerous territory, and it should be called out in this community and at least have a dialogue around it. So if you enjoy content like this, please consider checking out some of the other videos on the screen. And until next time, this has been Bullion Breakdown. Take care.